Welcome back to Smart Life. You may know him, host of Special Report on Fox News Channel. Bret Baier joins us now. Bret's book, Special Heart, A Journey of Faith, Hope, Courage, and Love, was released only yesterday. And here to give us this inside look at the life of somebody who is anchor on Fox News Channel's Special Report with Bret Baier, but daddy to a little guy named Paulie, is Bret Baier. Good of you to be with us, Bret. Nice to have you on the show. And I'm not hearing Bret.
How are you?
There we are. There we are. I am doing well, thank you. I can only imagine that this had to feel a little exposed for you. You're not used to going on air and exposing details like some of the very private moments that you put in your new book, Special Heart. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a little different in that, you know, in this book, writing about our journey, and that's definitely different than what I do every day, is covering other things and other people, what they're saying and doing. This was a labor of love, though. Our journey started when our son Paul was born and was diagnosed with congenital heart disease about 24 hours into his life, 5 congenital heart defects that required a really complex surgery, 8-hour surgery at 12 days old. And the fix was not a one-time fix. So he's had 3 open heart surgeries and 7 angioplasties, and he's doing great. He's the tallest kid in his class, and he's fantastic. So this journey, I decided I thought it would be helpful to others and maybe inspirational. Everybody has something, and this is how we got through our something.
And you're right, everybody does have something. Even if parents don't have children, by the grace of God, born with something like this, every parent can relate to those moments where the doctor walked in the room and you talked about your wife, Amy, and your heart's just racing, and your brain, a million things go into your brain because here's this plainclothes doctor that obviously just came from I believe it was his son's soccer game, and he says, I need to talk to you about your son, and you grab Amy's hand. Every parent has had a moment like that. What has the response been so far?
Really unbelievable, Gina, really unbelievable. I just finished 2 book signings, one in Dallas and one at the Bush Center at the library there. And I had a ton of people come up to me and say, I have congenital heart disease. I've had 3 open heart surgeries. You know, one guy, his son had 3 open heart surgeries, and he started breaking down and crying as I was signing the book. And you know, I stood up and gave him a hug. I mean, I know what that journey is like. And the response has been great. There have been people who don't have kids, and they have read the book and said that they enjoyed the read. So it makes me happy. The best part about it is that 100% of the proceeds of this book will go to pediatric heart disease research and treatment. So we think, you know, we can make a difference.
You were very transparent in this book, Bret. I have to admit I was a little surprised because sometimes it's hard for those of us who are in the public eye. You weigh much more than me, but even for me in my new book, it's sometimes hard to tell those personal stories when you know someone's going to criticize you for it. And this is an excerpt I wanted to share just so people know how really transparent you were. It says, Amy was a little miffed at me for being gone so long and not around to help her deal with the nurse reassignment issue and the bacterial infection scare. I reminded my dear wife that I was out with her parents and not exactly quaffing beer with the boys in the 19th hole after playing a round of golf. I thought that was hilarious because that sounds just like something that happens to all couples. All couples can relate to this. Yet you lay those facts out there, and when you are a public person like you are, it's got to be a little bit scary.
Yeah. You know, listen, I decided that it was not going to be real if it wasn't real.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once we made the decision that we were going to do this, and so Amy and I, the genesis of the book were these emails. It's kind of the backbone of the book, the emails I sent to family and friends. But filling in the blanks in between telling that story, I just decided, hey, listen, I'm going to be honest. And I think parents or anybody can we're all human, and that is part of it, whether I'm a public figure or not. I think it can help some folks, especially ones at the beginning of a tough time, whatever the challenge is. This is how we got through our darkest moments.
Yeah. How's Paul doing today? Tell us about him and the rest of your family as well.
Yeah, we're getting ready to fly down to Houston. The kids, Paul and Daniel, are in Chicago now. We left them there because they were having too much fun with their cousins. They went to the zoo today, so they're bouncing off the wall up in Chicago. And we are leaving Dallas, heading to Houston. Real quick story, Gina. I'm going to Katy, Texas. The reason I chose that, it's outside Houston, but there's a pastor there, Randy White, Southern Baptist pastor, who emailed me at the beginning of all of this and said he wanted to pray for me and with me. And we established this email relationship. And he sent me some of the most amazing prayers through some of this stuff. I'm a Catholic. I had priests coming in, and we got closer to our faith. But that relationship with that pastor and in Katy, Texas, is really special. So I decided to have a book signing in his hometown and finally meet him in person.
Oh, I love that. That's so special. I was blessed enough. You were so warm to me, invited me into your studio, into your office, shared your family pictures with me. And so much of this feels perhaps a little more personal to me. But one of the things I think is amazing is how you and your wife in your relationship triumphed through this, and also how your faith really brought you all through it. So what a wonderful just result of all of this, because God does work things for the good of those who love him and live according to his precepts, and you make that really clear in this new book. Tell folks where they can find it, Bret.
You can find it pretty much anywhere. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and it should be in pretty much all stores and airports. Hudson Books should be all over. We're #1 nonfiction on Barnes & Noble as of today, and I think we're 15 overall in Amazon, but climbing. And we hope to make a big splash and raise a lot of money for pediatric heart disease research.
I hope so too. We'll make sure that we tweet a lot and Facebook and put it all over the show, and we'll even put it up for you in the days to come. So Bret, thank you so much for joining us. God bless you and your journey with your pastor friend today. That's awesome. And God bless you and your family. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
All right, Gina, thanks for having me on.
All right, all the best to you.